The concept of mountain peaks of prophecy illustrates how the Old Testament prophets often saw future events as a continuous series of peaks without recognizing the valleys that separated them. This is particularly true regarding the two comings of Christ. Prophets often combined prophecies about Jesus' first coming, his suffering and death, with prophecies about his second coming, his glory and reign. They did not foresee the valley of the church age that separates these two events. For example, Isaiah chapter 61, verses 1 and 2, speaks of the Messiah's coming to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our God. These verses seem to describe two distinct events, but the prophet did not see the long period between them, the church age. Similarly, Jeremiah chapter 23, verses 5 to 6, mentions the righteous branch, Jesus' first coming, and the king who shall reign and prosper, Jesus' second coming, without acknowledging the time gap between them. This lack of chronological clarity led to confusion among the religious leaders of Jesus' day. They expected the Messiah to establish an earthly kingdom immediately, and they rejected Jesus because he did not fulfill this expectation. They failed to recognize that the present church age would intervene between Jesus' suffering and his glory. Modern Christians, however, have the advantage of hindsight. We can look back and see how the prophecies of Jesus' first coming were fulfilled in his life, death, and resurrection. For instance, Zechariah chapter 11, verses 12 to 13, predicted that the Messiah would be betrayed for 30 pieces of silver, which was fulfilled in Judas's betrayal of Jesus, Matthew chapter 26, verses 14 to 16. Psalm chapter 22, verse 18, describes the Messiah's garments being divided and lots being cast for them, a detail fulfilled during Jesus' crucifixion, John chapter 19, verses 23 to 24. We can also look forward with anticipation to the fulfillment of prophecies related to his second coming. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 4 describes the Messiah's return to the Mount of Olives, while Zechariah chapter 12, verse 10 predicts the national mourning of Israel upon recognizing their rejection of him. The mountain peaks of prophecy concept helps us understand the limitations of the prophet's perspective. They saw the major events of God's plan, but they did not always see the chronological order or the intervening periods. By recognizing this, we can avoid misinterpreting prophecy and gain a clearer understanding of God's plan for the future. The study of prophecy is essential for understanding the Bible's message and preparing for the future. By examining the prophetic scriptures, we can gain insight into God's plan, discern the signs of the times, and live with hope and confidence in the midst of uncertainty.